Hello, my name is CarX82 and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. I just did a little bit of aesthetic building. Kind of replaced this stuff with concrete, my little kind of fountain things that I have going. Replaced some of this for concrete. I replaced all this with brick. As opposed to the wood planks. I just thought it looked a bit nicer. And yeah, added a little bit of building up top. I think I like that better as opposed to all the different lines. I'm still not, I don't love that color. I want like a more yellowy color, but I haven't really found one yet. But yeah, so I've done that, and I have just been crafting up. I got a alloy smelter. I moved this. I guess I'll just throw this on the end. I just wanted to put it was right here, so I just moved it so I could get the interfaces closer to that. I think I have, yep, there we go. It's gonna do that. Now I know it's probably kind of silly to be doing these small ones. I'm using more cables than I need to because of that, but oh well. I kind of like the small cable. I like seeing all the... Where is my... Oh, screwdriver. It's in the... That's right. Was creating something. I don't know. I like seeing all the channels as opposed to the blocks. You kind of don't see them. You see them at, like, when you connect it to a cable in the end, but I don't know. Like I said a few times, I like panels. Alright, so that. Now the reason I wanted the alloy smelter is so I can get easier motors. Now we need, for the HV motors, which we are doing a lot of at the moment, we need electrum, and electrum is done in a thing. There's probably... Ooh, this is not... It's not connected. How... There's only 7 channels there. So that is not... Alright, hold on. What's going on here? Oh, I didn't... Whoops. I didn't realize... I thought this was the end. Whoops, totally messed that up. I should probably move these. Let's see, how do I want to... we'll just do this. There's not many things in it. I don't have a ton of cables yet. I am working on it. I don't have a ton of them yet, though, but we'll probably come off maybe this end. Line this up. Yeah, I'm working on getting the cables fully automated. They do require an assembler with a fluid, so that makes it a little bit more complicated to autocraft, but is that all of them? I thought I had more. Alright, so there's that, and this kind of needs to be moved. Right. I definitely need more cables because I want this to be farther away, but we'll just deal with that right there until I can craft up more in a second. Alright, so we need that. I actually didn't realize there were so many channels over here. Yeah, it's a bit rough. We'll probably come up with a dense cable but I'll work that out exactly how I want to lay that out. So we'll have a dense cable probably like right here, and then we'll split it down into 2 sides. I could even have a, I don't know if I want to have a dense cable right there. I probably want to move this back 1 or 2. So I could even have a dense cable coming down here and then splitting off into the channels on both sides. But that should give us the electrum, right? Yep. All right, let's try the motor. Yep, there we go. Ah, beautiful. I am working on this. I think I have kind of decided we'll just use this. This will be our assembly machine for our cable needs. But patterns are still a bit of a pain to craft up. I wish that would update, but it doesn't. So there that goes. Man, I love this part of the pack. Is so fun. Just starting all these annoying crafts that we've been doing. Finally, just clicking a button and it all just works. Love it. Screwdriver. And yep, there we go, the motor. All right, so as we can see, I am replacing my wrench that is about to break with a much better HV electric wrench. So I will probably be, once this goes, we will replace it with a electric screwdriver, and actually the vibrant alloy seems to be a good one. And if you look at the uses, you can actually see all the different tool parts, which is so awesome. Whoever came up with this, I applaud you. This is such a great tool. So there we go. Yeah, 404,000 durability. Although this seemed to have more durability than I thought it would. Yeah, that has a lot of durability. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, it's right there. I was looking at the wrong. That was LV. Yep, there's the HV wrench. Kind of weird the tier ups the durability. Is that right? Because I was looking at these. These are all the same. Those are all the same. Yeah, the drills does it too. Chainsaw as well. Alright, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if we'll do these. I remember there was an issue. It's probably been fixed, but those automatic wire cutters could not do. They couldn't connect. They couldn't do the connections on the wires, but that was like a long time ago. I'm sure that's been fixed. All right, I do need to throw this in a, well, we'll just throw it right here to charge that. Wait, don't I have a, no, that's an armor. Also, I don't know if I ever mentioned, but I actually crafted up a charge pad. Someone had mentioned, and I'm sorry, I don't have your name right here, but someone mentioned charge pads help with charging these my armor, and you basically just stand on it. All right, why don't you want to work? I swear it worked. I just, oh, it's not, it doesn't have power in it. All right, why do you not have power? It was working. I moved it, and now it has power. Alright, I don't know. Maybe when I moved it, I did something funny with it. Alright, but basically you stand on it, you get fun particles, and it charges your stuff. Obviously, it's low on power right now, but once it has a decent amount of power, it will charge your stuff up. I don't know if it will do that. 129 does do that. All right, cool. Also, is it charging this? I think it is charging this. Where is 39? Yeah. All right. So it charges everything in your inventory. That is awesome. All right. I'm just going to get rid of that. No need to keep it around. All right. Also, while I'm over here, thank you very much for my patrons. Tom Smash, thank you very much for joining my Patreon. So today, I think I'm just going to keep working on some AE stuff here, I think. And I do have some plans. I had mentioned that I do want to start spreading out my base. I think I want to... There's so many things I want to do. I do kind of want to get IV cables at least before I start. I know this isn't the one I'm going to use, but I would like to get that size before I really start spreading the base out. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit more of this. I need to do a quartz glass recipe for my patterns. Just remember that. This is for the patterns require that quartz glass. That was another reason I wanted to get the alloy smelter, but I think we've got all the basic, like the benders, wire mill, assembly machine, bending machine. We should probably get like a compressor and stuff hooked up, but I will work on that. We are back. I did a little bit of crafting up interfaces. I hooked up a couple new machines. We got a polarizer, a mixer. We finally got that going for some of these dusts. Unfortunately, since a few of the recipes require one and some require two, we are going to have multiple mixers. At this point, eventually we will have a multi-block mixer. Same with the assembly machines. We have a whole bunch of different things. All these SMD stuff require like different numbers, so that is kind of a pain. I just have it inserting these stuff in here and then I manually change it, but eventually we are going to have multiple assembly lines, and then eventually the multi-block, but that is very much later. I believe that's ZPM, I think, the assembly multi-block. But I thought I'd do a little bit of a change of pace, and yeah, so let's just hop into it. As we know, this is kind of like what I've been building and going for, and I made kind of like a clock tower, and I've actually kind of got inspiration from a train station is kind of what I was going for, like a central train station. And the reason for that is because as we know, I like to do separate buildings, or separate, in this case we'll do separate platforms, and we'll eventually have a building over it, but that is going to take me a very long time to get all the cool looking buildings around it. I'm going to try to keep up with it, but that takes so much extra time and effort. But yeah, so I'm planning on having separate buildings for all the different kind of builds we do. For example, all our oil processing will be in one large building, and then, you know, all the different stuff will be in different buildings, like Railcraft will be in its own building and stuff like that. But I have kind of thought it would be kind of cool if we did something a little bit different. Now, eventually we will probably be just dimensional transceivering to, travel anchor. We'll probably just travel anchor to the separate buildings because the base is going to get pretty big. But I did think it would be kind of cool just to mess around with, and I've never ever tried this stuff before. But I thought it'd be kind of cool if we started connecting our stuff with some Railcraft trains, and there is like a whole signal thing that I sort of know a little bit. I played with it once before a little bit, but yeah, you can program your tracks and your switches, and there's all these different things you can do with it. And I thought it'd be super cool if eventually all this stuff is going to be moved out. This is basically going to be my A system in this large building, and we're kind of doing temporary builds in here, but they will eventually be moved out into their own things. Like all this stuff's all going to be gone eventually. But I thought it'd be kind of cool if this was like a main kind of central train station, and then we have all the different trains branching out into the different buildings. That's kind of like what my goal is. If this plans out, sure. But we all know that sometimes I have plans and they fall through. But I thought it would be kind of cool if we at least check out these trains to see how they were going. I did do a little bit of testing to have a general idea of what's going on. I kind of know a little bit, but some of the mechanics I wasn't sure. But I do need to craft up some of this stuff. So we need stone ties, yeah. Fortunately, these are not the easiest things in the world to craft up. Do I have a saw in my thing? I do. It's just easier than doing I guess it probably would have been any more difficult than... Oh, do I need to do... I haven't even really looked at these stuff at all, to be honest. Oh, it's rebar. Interesting. I didn't realize it was rebar. Alright, so we need a lot of steel. And I have looked at some of this stuff, and obviously we have a lot of this stuff auto-crafting now, but alright, so stone ties... Yeah, unfortunately it's a 1-to-1. A lot of these recipes, depending on the thing you do, gives you a better ratio. I'll show that in a second. So what was it? There you go. So this doesn't seem like it has any other... There's no reason to... Alright, so that one we do want to do, but stone tiles... Oh, I guess it's less stone you save on. I mean, it's not not the other world, but okay, I guess we'll do that. So yeah, this is one issue with all these assembly lines. Eventually, I do plan on having like a whole bunch of assembly machines with different circuits, and I just want to go like crazy. Before we kind of mixed up, or we shared the machines, but I really want to do like separate machines for each circuit. I don't want to have, like I used to do like an 8, a 5, a 4, and I would share the things, but no, not this time. All right, so what was that? That was 20. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to have every single... I don't think we'll have every single number on there, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, so as we can see, I mean, this isn't expensive stuff. What was I on? 24 for e-cables. All right, so we got those, and yes. So there is, like we said, there is a ton of different blocks, and I think we're going to do the electric track. I think that'd be fun. With the locomotive, there's either steam or electric. Not too surprising. But, yeah. So if we take a look at some of these recipes, we get 64 tracks from this one recipe, which is awesome. But if we use standard rail with copper, we get 1. We do gold wire, we get 2, electrum 4, titanium 8. So as we can see, the better materials you use, like the way more things you get. I could probably use tungsten steel. We have a decent-ish supply of tungsten now that we are on Mars, so I don't feel that bad doing this. But we don't have like HSSG stuff. But yeah, we'll try this now. Oh boy. Sometimes trying to find recipes is a pain. Alright, and again, wrought iron, the better things you do, the more you get. Obviously, we're not doing osmiridium or iridium, but like titanium rods, you get 16. Aluminum. Maybe we'll do aluminum rods. We do use a lot of these. I don't have a recipe for this yet. But I actually do have a thing. I just don't have tons and tons of patterns yet, but I guess I could do that one because I was making a recipe for MV motors. All right, so that, and then so 10 for that. So yeah, like I said, I don't think I'm gonna have. I don't know, maybe. I don't know if I'm gonna have like an assembly machine specifically for, or a bending machine specifically for a 10, but I don't know. We'll see. What was that? Standard? Yeah. I think I'm just going to kind of batch craft a bunch of this stuff. But anyway, I just figured we would look at some of these recipes, because they are kind of crazy. But I think that, is that electric? Yeah, it's not too bad if you use more expensive stuff. So I think that will be, yeah, 21. Alright, I only need, I think we only need 64 at this time being. Alright, so that is that. Now, I do need to get this powered, and the way you do this is you connect it to a electric feeder that's connected to the electric track, and that converts industrial craft electricity to railcraft. I did do a little bit of testing, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like the GregTech power was working. It does connect to this feeder, but I don't quite think it was working. Now, I'm going to try this charge pad. This does look like it has an output. I was looking at like an MFE. I didn't really want to craft up an MFE though, because they are a bit annoying. But I think that might actually work. So I can move this to maybe a better location. I just want to get this going and see if it works. So does that have power? Now, there is an electric meter in Railcraft. Receiver circuits. You do get 4 of these. I think they get used in quite a few things here. These are the switch motors. This is what's going to change the tracks. Unfortunately, some of this, some of these recipes, oof, they are going to require a lot of patterns, basically. But this electric motor should, yeah, all right. So it does have power. I am slightly worried that it's like a constant drain. I mean, that's a decent kind of tick there. I don't know. We'll see. I figure like, I mean, it doesn't seem to be, I don't know. Let's see. We could probably figure out how much it's using. I don't know how much it's using because this does not work on that. But all right, let's just get these tracks going and we'll see. We can always adjust and change things to see. That is the only issue with these tracks. You do take damage. They are dangerous. So that is something to keep in mind. I don't know if there might be a I think there is a way to avoid that. Engineers overalls. Yeah. Oh, and that's just, oh, it's light blue though. I don't have light blue. All right, I'm just gonna put this over here. I don't. Just let's not go flying off into the abyss here with our first trying this out. But all right, so we can see these tracks are powered now. Like I said, I don't really know how this is working. It does losses like a very small amount, so I'm assuming it powers up the track, and then the connected track it powers that up, but I don't know. We'll see. So let's put down this electric locomotive. That's the front. So if you want to switch it, it's this crowbar from Railcraft. I did want to test if this crowbar works. Didn't. All right. So that actually, it does work with something. It doesn't work with switching. Right click with the Railcraft thing switches the direction of the locomotive. That does not work with the crowbar, but what that does do, which that's kind of cool actually. We place this down. You can right click that and then, oh no, that link broken. Link started, link created. All right, so those two should be connected. So if I jump in this and we click on this, there is how much power is in the thing. This is the rail ticket. We can do different rail tickets, and I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this, you can program a ticket and place it in there, and then it'll go to whatever your program ticket is. Don't quote me on that though. But all right, we got 4 speeds. Let's just do this one and see if this works. Yeah, there we go. Now, obviously, this isn't as fast as this can go, but I don't know. I thought this would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? All right, so then we're back at the thing. Now, the only other... I don't quite know how I'm going to work, how we do it at the end. Like, how do we... I don't know how I'm going to have it, like, turn around. Let's see. Let's try this again. So it does look like... Still getting the mechanics of this down too, so... Oh. You can actually just use this if you want. It's shift right click. Shift right click. Alright. Let's go the fastest. Alright. So I mean that's not horrible. I mean, if we're running around the base all over the place, we're probably not going to want to sit in the thing. But the question is, yeah, what do we do at the end? That is not on the track. So I'm going to have it stop some way. Right click. Shift right click. Shift right click. I don't know if it matters. Oh, I guess that would be going backwards, wouldn't it? There's only one speed when it goes backwards. Oops. All right. I do have that, so it shouldn't... Let's see if it... Ah, and we can't do that when we're inside it. All right, good to know. So what happens if we go back? All right. So yeah, it does go backwards. Unfortunately, it's not fast when it's in the backwards. So that is something I'm going to have to think about. But I do think this would be kind of cool if we have this, like I said, all over the base, and then I can just shift. All right, shut down. And then if I want to go back, I don't know. I'll have to think about this. I mean, that's not... Oh, God. Also, it looks like it was trying to run me over. So that is another thing to be careful. All right, so we got a bit of a learning curve here. But that is kind of what I am thinking. Why don't we finish this? And obviously, this isn't going to be like winding in and out of stuff. We're going to have a little bit more direct, but I do want to get into signals and stuff. So we shall see. But that is going to take me a little bit of practice. But yeah, I can be like, okay, I want to go here. And we can take a train over. But yeah, I'm going to craft up those overalls. I totally forgot I had the train in me. I didn't need to come all the way back here. That track should be all powered. I don't need to do... I can do steam as well. That is another option. I don't know if I'm going to, but... I just figured electric is just so much easier. I don't have to worry about power and energy and all that stuff, so... the only thing, I gotta be careful with that, because if I get out, it's gonna... It's gonna run away from me. Alright, but, I mean, trains are fun. So, alright, I'm gonna kind of test this a little bit. I keep forgetting to add... a track or a block at the end of this. And I'm going to readjust this. So I think I'm going to actually start building out some platforms so we can start doing this. And maybe I'm going to craft up some switches. The electric... like an electric switch track. We'll craft up all of these, I think. I don't know if we're going to be doing junctions, really. I plan on this being central and then going off to other ones. I can't really see us doing a junction, but I don't know. We'll test it out. But I think next episode we will test out these switches. So yeah, let me know what you think. And if you think this is cool or not. If everyone says it's a terrible idea, okay, maybe we won't do it. But I don't know. I think this could be really cool if we get wireless AE and all the switches and everything, and I could just throw like a ticket in and be like, I want to go here, and it changes all the switches. I think that's how it works. If I'm not completely, I believe, but we'll test it out in more next episode. But anyway, that's gonna be for today. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.